specific game what I was talking about, we were still yelling at each other for making bad plays, even though we were up by like 45.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I yelled at the ref. Like, maybe it was a different game.
I think you got technical that game.
Sure.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to an interesting discussion. Sometimes I'm Haran. I am back with Harsha and Christian, and this week, this week we have a special guest on. His name is Eric. He went to Virginia Tech with us. I knew him from high school, actually. And currently he's doing, I don't know if it's dental school. He's doing dental school at VCU in Richmond. Another VCU student we've had on this podcast. But yeah, I'm going to let him introduce himself real quick.
What's up, guys? I'm Eric. Like Haran said, I'm a VCU dental student. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say. I don't know. Diehard Eagles fan. Any Philly sports fan. Yeah, I know.
And this is a short episode. We're going to wrap it up there, guys.
We're wrapping it up after this.
How did you become a Philadelphia sports fan?
Actually, it's from my brother because I'm the youngest. So I don't know how he became an Eagles sports fan first.
Okay.
And then I think that just rubbed off on me. But he's more of a Washington sports for like literally everything else except football.
Wow, that's crazy.
but for me, I'm just like, I'm just gonna stick with Philly. I love that Philly sports mentality, and that's pretty much all their sports that they play. So yeah, love the city.
A lot to unpack there.
Not a deep story. I wasn't really born in Philly.
I
visited it like twice.
That was fun.
So
Listen, we all knew Eric through undergrad, and we heard he was going to dental school. You're the only person I've ever met like on a personal basis that's going to dental school. So what makes like the process different from like going to med school versus like dental school? So like are there different kinds of like obviously you have to take like the MCAT to get into med school. So like is there a different sort of test you got to do, or like what's the leading up process?
So
what was your major actually? That's probably the first.
So my major at Tech I was a biochem major. But I think honestly I feel like the process for medical school and dental school is pretty similar. I guess like you said, the only difference is like in my school is take the MCAT, which is a lot longer and harder. Where we take the DAT. So most of it's similar like in terms of application process. So it's like you have the science courses you have to take. You have to do some shadowing. You got to do some like research probably looks good, and
you got to just be a very well-rounded applicant.
Yeah, you got to be pretty well-rounded. Exactly. Yeah. I think it's pretty much similar to getting to like just undergrad in general, except just like you're competing against like the best worldwide.
Right.
It's like way more competitive, way harder to get in.
Are there like classes you took in undergrad that like would cater towards like dental school, or like I guess I don't really know what classes you take in dental school anyway, but like
in terms of like how different it is compared to like the med school, or just in general?
Yeah, because like I know like the general idea of pre-med courses, but I don't know if like there's like pre-dental courses or something like that.
They're pretty similar, I would say. I think probably med school, as you probably guess, would probably focus more on like general like anatomy and like I don't know. Well, dental school classes. First year was more of like general sciences, whereas second year was more dental focused and like clinic focused. Where because our third year is when we start having patients. So I've been already seeing patients.
Oh,
yeah. So
what's your hourly rate? My God,
dude, I'm paying them to see patients. I'm paying them, man. It's tough. And I earn them money, so
damn.
Man, that's like both tuition and like whatever the patient pays, but. So I think so again first year was general science, second year is more clinical based. I don't really know how med school works. I don't know. My brother was also a med school student. I honestly don't know much about it, to be honest. I don't know when he did rotation. For some reason I had this in my mind that he would just do a lot of like mostly classes, but I feel like that's not true at all. But because I feel like you do a lot of the clinic and rotations when you get into residency and everything. But I generally have no idea the process. But
yeah, even for med school, they do their rotations in the third year as well. So like our friend Art, who also goes to VCU, he started doing that now.
But they're still doing classes too, right?
They have exams on the units that they're doing their rotations on.
Okay.
And they have some like time to take some elective courses.
So why did you choose VCU out of all the other I don't know. I don't even know how many fucking schools have dental programs. I'm completely oblivious.
There's actually a good amount. I mean, I think med school definitely has more.
Yeah.
So I it's hard because I don't know if it's like dental school is more competitive because there's less dental schools,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
or that there's like med school is more like there's a higher demand for it. I don't know
Right.
like which one's more competitive, but there's less dental schools. Virginia only has one,
Oh.
so VCU is my number one because I mean it's in-state tuition. I can't beat that.
True.
So instead of being like in debt, I'm like, or like really in debt, I'm just like
Yeah,
less
just
in debt.
mildly in
Like,
debt, yeah.
Casual, casual.
It's like the
Casual.
lesser of two evils, honestly. But
Yeah.
I mean, I like VCU. VCU is a good school in terms of like clinically is like, cause that's like my number one. I didn't care too much about research,
Mhm.
but like clinically, like that's going to be like when I'm done with dental school. I want to be like the best clinician I can be.
Yeah.
Be able to like treat my patients the best I can. So
Right.
that was definitely number one for me.
True. How big is your class? Like your class?
We have 100. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
quite a lot.
So we actually, I think we started with 96, but I think for us each year after our first year, they take in 10 international students.
Oh.
So some of them already have done a dental school in their like
Yeah.
their home country.
Right.
So they pretty much have to do it again to
Damn,
get
that sucks.
Oh, just like
it kinda does
practice
suck.
to practice like in the
But I
country.
mean, honestly,
Yeah.
they're pretty helpful because they've gone through this before.
Right.
They've seen patients before, so like they have a ton of experience. So they're pretty good to
I
work.
feel like it's just like a wasting time for them though.
Dude, honestly, yeah, it kind of sucks, but like they have
Yeah.
to get it just to like be able to
Right.
practice in the US
Yeah.
and stuff.
Hmm. How long is the whole process from like, say you graduate undergrad, and then, again, completely oblivious to the whole process, but like, what do you become like a not a hygienist, but like a nurse, or then become a doctor, or like what's the whole
So actually,
process?
yeah, actually, hygienists are actually is a completely different track.
Oh.
So you have to like if you want to be well, I mean, I guess you can become a hygienist into it.
Mhm.
Into get dental school, but you then have to apply, I think, hygiene first, and then you would have to like reapply like everyone else would.
Damn.
I mean, you just had to graduate undergrad, so I graduated a year earlier.
Right.
So I mean, I guess as a whole, because I think the quote unquote normal take is to do the 4 years undergrad and go straight into dental school, but actually a good amount of people do gap years where they don't get in their first year, first 2 years. I think my average age for my class during my first year was like 25, 26, I think.
Damn.
Oh.
So I think the oldest in my class is like probably like early to mid 30s. I think like I have a good amount of like classmates who are like married, have kids.
Mhm.
It's a pretty broad range. I'm like considered one of the on the younger end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How long is like all of dental school? Is it like 4 and then
yeah,
practice, or?
it depends. So if you want to do general, so I'm trying to do general dentistry, which is like
Mhm.
probably what you guys like what most people go to like for regular checkups and everything.
Right.
Right.
So that's only 4 years.
Mhm.
Depending on what program, I mean, you could still do general dentistry, but there's like more advanced programs you can do. It's
Mhm.
kind of like a grad school for dental
Yeah.
school.
Mhm.
You can also do, if you're specializing, that's another like 2 years, maybe 2 to 4 years, maybe. Like if you want to be oral surgeon, I think you got applied to be like more like an MD kind of
Mhm.
thing as well. I don't know. Yeah, so it depends on what you want to do with
Right.
like what you would do in dentistry and stuff.
So when did you decide that you actually wanted to go into this field and become a dentist?
Man, I would say so. I definitely wanted to do in the health field because I mean, it's kind of like the Asian thing, honestly.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like not to like be like play the race card, but I feel like also being the youngest, so most of my siblings are in health fields, so
Mhm.
they definitely like paved the way in terms of
Right.
like kind of having that influence in the house and kind of like we're very much in the science track.
Mhm.
But I mean, in general, I feel like, yeah, I kind of like, I always wanted to help people and I always kind of wanted to be able to make a difference in people's lives.
Mhm.
So at first, I wanted to be a doctor. And I realized, I was like, dude, that's so much. It's like so much schooling. I mean, like, by the time I'm like probably done with med school, I'll probably be like 30. And
Yeah.
that's when I'm like just starting off. And I'm like, realistically, in my mind, I'm like, I kind of like want to be able to like find someone, start a family a little bit earlier,
Right,
or like
right.
at least like start looking. And I feel like it's a lot harder to do that in med school. Obviously,
Mhm.
it's
True.
not that difficult because a lot of people do that, anyways. But I mean, med school just seems like such a like
It's like a time commitment.
it's
Huge
such a time commitment. I mean, like
Yeah.
dental school is too, and I'm like, but I feel like med school is a ton of stuff to do, and it's like,
Right.
yeah, it is just a huge time commitment in general. And just like again studying for like MCATs, that stuff like that takes like, I think they said they have like 10 or something different like sections
Yeah.
of like, dude, it's ridiculous basically. So people who are in med school, like I definitely give them props. That shit's like, I don't know if I'm on.
Oh,
No, you can't- you
fuck
can't.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Fine. Okay, cool. I realized I was like, oh shoot. Anyways, yeah. But anyway, I think so. I had braces also when I was like in middle school, which like is a lot of people
Mhm.
do, especially nowadays. So, and then I had a really cool orthodontist, and the way he was like explaining like how and why he was doing certain things, and all these like crazy. He was like doing all these like flashy terms, and like I was like, oh, this flashy term seems cool enough to be interested. So like it slowly like piqued my interest, and my uncle's a dentist as well. So I got a lot of time like assisting and like shadowing with him. And the more I got like did more research and like got like dived more into the actual field, I just started like loving it more. I mean, like even now, like I think even dental school probably just learning a bit more clinically, I'm like starting to love more of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Even though it is a lot of work and it's like really tiring and it's stressful as hell, but
Yeah.
I do like just being able to do dentistry. It's awesome.
What's the, as they say, a work-life balance? What's your school life balance like right
Oh
now?
man, man. All right, so it was tough because my first year was COVID year,
Oh, right. Yeah.
so that was tough. So actually, it was a lot. Like it was even hard meeting people,
Mhm.
and because it's like so we're in lab and they have these like plastic barriers between each bench. It's as if it wasn't already hard enough to like to talk
Yeah.
to people. You have these
Yeah.
freaking like barriers to the person next to you.
Right.
But yeah, like we didn't have in-person classes for like, so we would only come in for lab. All of our lecture classes were online on Zoom. So for me, I'm not very like, outgoing is not the term, but like I don't like put myself out there to like
Yeah.
meet people and stuff. So it's definitely
Yeah.
a lot harder for me during my first year. But when things started opening up more, work life, dang. I mean, first year was probably the best to have that work life balance, but it was hard to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Second year is definitely the hardest, but I think I made time. I mean, went to the gym a lot, especially during that summer. I bowled a lot actually. Yeah, dental school
Hell
kids are
yeah.
pretty good too. Honestly, dental school, don't sleep on dental school kids. They're also a lot older, so they're also like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're probably
Yeah.
more built out and
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
know what
yeah.
they're doing. Yeah.
Let me see. Ball. I mean, I game a ton.
What you playing?
Playing Valorant.
Oh, okay.
My new game. Yeah, that's actually where. So actually, when I started gaming, that's also when I met my girlfriend.
Oh.
She's a gamer too. I met her online, and we've been dating for like almost a year now.
Wow.
I
Damn.
think we're good. Yeah.
That's cool.
But I spent a lot of time with her also, which is, that's really nice because I feel like with the stress of dental school, it's nice to have someone who doesn't know what's going on with like dentistry. I mean, like, not,
Yeah.
I mean, I do explain stuff to her sometimes.
And
that are,
I
like,
get
really
what you
cool.
mean.
It's like
But
an
it's like
escape,
it's
isn't
a
it?
nice escape. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's just like a nice reminder. Like, man, there's stuff outside of like being like 100% focused in dentistry, and just like
Yeah.
all your friends are also dental students. Like
Yeah.
at least like here, it's nice.
That's why, like, when I hear about like, not, I mean, I don't want to shame on any relationships, but when I hear like doctors like like dating or marrying another doctor, I'm just like, how like do you do it? Because,
Yeah.
and then not even just the two of them, but like when you start a family, like just like, do you have time for the kids? You know what I mean? Like it's just a lot.
Well, they're
If
doctors,
you-
so they know what to do.
Yeah, but they don't got time to take care of them. Like,
I mean, I know they can take care of them, but like, will they have the time? to, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's
Like,
hard because then the mother or the father has to take maternity, paternity leave, and that's already
Yeah.
like time off of like. Yeah, I get that. I mean, that's my brother married one of his classmates as well, and they're
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
they'll be fine. Like, forget anything else.
Yeah. Oh, they would be great,
They're
yeah.
the exception. They're the exception.
But no, I mean, I agree though. I mean, like if you meet a so they got engaged before they do residency, so it's kind of harder too because there's like this match program. So like they're
Right.
doing different fields of medical and like the medicine
Oh,
fields.
okay.
So it's hard to go to like a place where you have whether it's one or two hospitals that will accept both of them at the same time
Right.
in their respective fields. So I mean, in that regard, is like that's also harder.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not planning on starting a family, but yeah, it definitely like if they were, they definitely don't have time to do it. Like they definitely they can't.
Yeah.
So I get that. That's hard. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, also I also just didn't want. I'm in the same boat. I would like in my mindset, I just didn't want any. I didn't come into dental school being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like find a classmate or like find someone in the health field to be like.
I mean, I guess like
relationship
the good thing is you could start a practice together. Like I have like aunts and uncles that like have done that before. Like they're both like or they're both doctors, and then they just start a practice together, which I guess could be a good thing.
Yeah, but I also feel like this is a bad thing too, because I feel like no matter what, I feel like it'll bring the work life home.
Yeah.
You know, especially, and then there's going to be like arguments about like business side of it. I mean, that's the same thing when I was like, when my friends were talking too about like, oh, like, 10 years from now, let's open a practice together up in Nova and be like, like we'll like crank this out. And like, I'm like, yeah, like it sounds good in theory, but then when like,
when shit gets bad, it's gonna
I'm saying, like
it's gonna
we're
affect
both here to
everything.
make money. We got to like be able to do like it's a business. We want to be able to run a business. So it's like even though it's gonna be fun and like we're gonna be friends, is like we're still gonna be like professional partners. So it's a little bit. I feel like it complicates a relationship a little bit.
They'll put a
It's
strain
like it's
on
just not the
for
same.
sure.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
The one thing I've learned is never start business with your friends.
But once we
Wait,
started this podcast, we were never friends again. We were just strictly
associates.
Yeah, associates. Yeah.
Yeah, we one thing we didn't mention about Eric is that we were all on the same intramural basketball teams together.
Dude, I was actually thinking about that too
Throughout,
when I started this.
I guess 3 years of school, because Eric was only there for 3 years, but we also only had IMs for those 3 years because of COVID. I was gonna say we were pretty unstoppable, especially in the regular season.
Honestly,
we were insane.
In the regular season, yeah.
We were insane regular season.
I was
loved
gonna say,
it.
did we ever play like the competitive leagues? I honestly
We
genuinely
did
don't
freshman
remember.
year, right?
We did
Oh,
freshman
yeah,
year?
yeah.
Okay.
Freshman year
Dude,
we
I
were
feel
pretty
like-
nice.
Because I think the most fun we had was like this last 2 years, because we were just like too good for everyone. And we just did the stupidest shit. Like just like we like have all these flashy plays.
Yeah, like once we
just,
get up by like 15, we just started doing random
Bro,
shit, bro.
I remember, this isn't gonna make any sense to nobody who didn't go to tech, but there was a game where we played at War, and it was on like the good side. I mean, this isn't gonna sound like anything to like fucking 95% of people who listen, but on the good side and that far court,
Yes,
bro,
that was exactly
there was one game, but we were up. I think they were like had a handicap because I think they only had 4 people, and so they were automatically down by 20 because that's just I guess how the rules were. So we just didn't give a fuck that whole game. I mean, I know we were just doing behind the back passes. I pulled up from half court. There was just random shit going on in that whole game. But yeah, it was like pickup, but like organized. That one game, it was even the refs were laughing. So it was just. That was
the thing is, like it wasn't even competitive. Even if it was like most of the games were. I feel like every single game that we played was like not really competitive.
Yeah. Like,
Honestly, we just it was just insane.
Yeah, Eric was our spark plug. He was.
Nah.
I remember. I think that game we also made Eric take the opening tip.
Actually,
I think we did. I think we did. Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know Eric, he's not vertically.
He's not like Haran.
Yeah.
He can jump though. He can jump. He can jump.
Oh no, Eric's
I
got
can jump, I
hops.
can jump.
That's don't discount that.
Yeah,
Eric-
I'm an average height Asian kid that of like your typical Asian kid that like falls.
Yeah.
he's fast though. He's very fast.
Oh yeah, he's rapid.
But
Not as fast as Harsha though. Harsha's the quickest of all.
I think Harsha's faster. Yeah.
But Harsha, my favorite thing of Harsha, anytime he like misses a shot or turns the ball over or something, then somebody starts dribbling up the other way. Harsha always he
becomes a road runner.
he was the
He becomes a road
pre
runner.
Alvarado. He would run up behind them
Yeah.
and try to steal the ball from them.
It was like a young bull, just like you would just track him down. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
So
Oh my god.
yeah, IMs were probably some of the most fun. Like I would say, especially freshman year and a bit sophomore year, like the 4 of us balled like a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I came to know Eric, even though Haran already said that Eric went to TJ and they know him. But But yeah, that was definitely
Dude,
a
but our
bonding
third year was
experience.
nice. We got the red jerseys to match.
Yeah, shout
that
out.
was sick. That was sick.
Shout out. Nah, fuck it.
DHK?
No promo. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we got a bunch of quote unquote bootleg, but they were all red and they were all kind of pretty fire. I would say.
It was pretty
Everybody
lit.
got
It
their
was
own
pretty lit. We should got a
different
photo,
jerseys.
man. We should have definitely got
Let's
a
do
photo.
it. Actually, we should have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
It was us. I don't even remember half the people on the team.
I was gonna say, I feel like we had a lot of people on the team that just never showed up, but they had the
Yeah.
jersey.
Yeah, but they all
Rushi
paid
was on
me,
the
so
team,
it's
right?
okay. Yeah, Rushi was there on and off.
Rushi.
Rushi, who may be on the podcast.
Yeah, potential.
Potential.
Somebody who we won't name, another person we won't name.
All right, I was like, I don't know if you're okay.
Yeah, there's a couple people. There was this
alright.
dude who, I mean, they were all people that we balled with, so like we all generally knew them. I don't think we ever had somebody on our team who like
We didn't know.
only one person knew, or like everybody knew
I
of
mean,
them.
we all knew each other, especially from like pickup. I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a lot of people like knew each other like a little bit outside, but like we all
Yeah.
came together as like we balled. We like
Right.
pick up a lot
yeah.
Yeah.
at war, especially.
So we were pretty close knit. We were definitely a regular season team though. So that was disappointing, but I think that was probably like I have fun playing basketball, like period. But I feel like just like outside of nobody plays high school sports, and then you kind of miss that like camaraderie, even though it's not serious at all. Like IMs, like they're not that big a deal, but it's just fun to like. It's like if you play pickup, bro, you could just be a ball hog and then nobody would give a shit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Well, people would give a shit, but it doesn't matter. But with a team, like we were probably the most inherently toxic team. It's like when shit, like we would like in that specific game what I was talking about, we were still yelling at each other for making bad plays, even though we were up by like 45.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I yelled at the ref. That maybe it was a different game.
Yeah,
but-
I think you got a technical that game, bro.
Yeah.
Just
Yo, it's that tall ref, man. He doesn't call shit.
Dude,
He's
like,
looking so
even-
goofy up there. He's good. I know
wouldn't-
this guy
you
can play.
wouldn't get
This
me
guy
on-
can play basketball. I've seen him at what's the other gym? Not Castle.
McComas.
McComas, yeah, McComas.
McComas. Castle.
Yeah, it's not like Castle.
Oh,
They should
oh,
all be
Castle.
No, yeah, I saw him like at the other nice gym at Tech, and like he can ball, but like he just wasn't
Yeah.
calling shit. And I was like, bro, I'm getting hacked out here. Like, what we doing?
yeah, he doesn't care about your feelings, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if we weren't on the court too, like if we were on the bench, we'd be like hyping like
Yeah.
everyone up. Like we were just so loud during those games.
Yeah, but Harsha was our secret weapon, though, bro.
Dude, for real.
When Harsha was like prime J.R. Smith, come off the bench, just shack him up, and fucking they just go in.
I will say that was a lot more fun than when me and Harsha played. Like Fairfax, which is like the county here. We played intramural there over the summer,
yeah.
a couple summers ago, and Tech was a lot more fun than that. In this league, we were facing like 35-year-old African American built ass dudes. We were just
Damn.
getting bodied, and it wasn't fun. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
every game we easily had the smallest team.
yeah,
damn.
we did all right. I think we like won like 500, I would say, but it was pretty tough.
Yeah, I try to do intramurals here and just like, I mean, pickups are still fun, but
Right.
yeah, intramurals at Tech and just like even the pickup games at Tech, I don't think anything can match. Like at least
Yeah.
like our group that balls, dude. I feel like nothing can match. Like again, like the camaraderie and just like
Yeah,
it was just like very like it was just fun, honestly.
Yeah, it was lighthearted.
it was
yeah.
just a lot of fun. I wish we had more of that, like in college. And it sucked because like they only had it for like second semester, I think,
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. And like first semester, there was like something similar, but it was just not. I don't know. It wasn't able to like have like the same teams or some. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't remember what the rules were, but it was basically once a school year opportunity. So I wish there was more of that. But
Yeah, I played IM at Stanford this past like I guess winter or like January,
Yeah.
February, whatever.
Yeah.
Also wasn't the same. I mean, it was fun. I was playing with like Stanford med students actually, but like they didn't really know me, so like, I didn't
Yeah.
really get the ball that much. So I was just
Yeah.
like, kind of just like running up and down, doing whatever.
Mm.
But
Yeah, I mean, I feel like our team also like we had like just different roles. Like I feel like
Yeah.
everyone kind of
like everyone knew each other. Like everyone,
everyone
knew,
knew
like,
each
what
other.
we could-
Everyone knew what we could do, and like, or everyone would. I don't know. We just had like that chemistry
Yeah.
that like
Yeah,
that's
we just knew what everything was happening, and like
yeah. Like we
I
all
guess
knew when
we
he passed
just
the horse on the
bonded so
wing,
much.
you all just run back.
just
that shit's
start
going
running
in.
back.
That shit's going in.
That's
Baby is wet.
when Harsha caught fire, dude. He was on fire for like the whole half. Like,
Yeah.
dude, Hartford was nice.
Yeah. Harsha, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'm just sad that they took away our senior year. We could have actually won every single game. You know, maybe did the competitive one. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows?
We could have been a postseason team.
No.
Aside from basketball, or what else would you do for fun in Richmond? Enlighten us. Like, I guess I don't really know what
Dude.
Richmond like.
I lived on the sketchy part of Richmond too, like the first few years. Like,
Oh, do you live near McMurder?
yes.
Oh, do you actually?
Hip. Oh, I used to.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So yeah, Murder McDonald's, like all the same basically. I lived on the same street basically. I was like,
Okay, my sister was pretty much on like the same, or like right
Okay.
behind.
Are you right
like,
behind it? Okay,
like
I
a
know.
block behind McMurder. Yeah.
yeah. It's, I mean, it's what the name implied. Honestly, honestly, I saw this news article. It's like there's a gas station nearby. I think there was like more like I don't remember what it was. I think like in the last 5 years there was like more like calls for 911 for that specific police or for that specific gas station than like there were days or something stupid like that.
Holy shit!
It was like a stupid amount of like calls.
Yeah,
it was like in the thousands.
I know.
was like,
I know the gas station you're talking about.
Yeah,
too.
it's
My
like
sister's
basically
warned
right
me
there.
about it.
It's
Yeah.
like
right across
I
the
mean,
street.
you
I'm
can
pretty
see
sure.
like I think on the weekends they like tape up a parking lot.
Mhm,
You can see
mhm.
like motorcycle gangs, just like I mean, I'm not part of there anymore, but like honestly, if you were walking home at night, like you got to be smart as hell. Like you just
Yeah.
or just honestly don't walk home at night. Just take an Uber. Don't be dumb. You walking home at night. That's the dumb part. I've done that both times. I'm glad I got like nothing happened to me, but I've heard
Yeah.
stories. I had my friend got like I think he was put at gunpoint too.
Oh my
He
God.
didn't
Oh,
get
at
robbed. I don't-
gunpoint! Holy shit!
Yeah, I don't remember what happened. I think he said he just like ran and then because he was close to his house, so he just ran and just went to his apartment. So
Holy shit!
I mean, it's
that's
like-
fucking scary.
yeah, I like that was the only story I feel like I've heard directly if anyone come from
Right.
that area. But I mean, I don't want to take my chances there.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're almost
But-
done with dental school, bro. Get out of there.
Yeah, no, I know. I was saying, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get out of here, like especially that area
Yeah.
as quick as I can. I mean, yeah, that's where I am now. Oh, but I mean, like stuff in Richmond. I mean,
Oh,
there's
I
like,
guess even outside of Richmond, like what did you and your like friend group there go?
a lot of food places. I mean, Virginia, VC or Richmond. Sorry. Richmond's a pretty like there's pretty decent food spots.
Hmm.
Dude,
Harsha
I
had
don't
a
really
really
know.
Harsha has
real
his-
favorite.
Harsha thinks this is the best restaurant.
I'm
like-
sure you'll probably mention mine
in the
Wait,
entire
all
world.
right, here. Let me hear it. Wait, what is it?
Before I say it, Eric, what's your favorite restaurant in Richmond?
I don't really know. I don't have a favorite one. I mean, honestly, I don't.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
just
let
some
me
of
give it to
your-
you.
some of
Your
go-tos.
new favorite restaurant is gonna be Juan Gonzalez. Have you been there?
Oh, I actually have been to Wollongong.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Finally.
It's all right.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
it.
is
That's
that-
all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Wait,
we
is it
need
actually your
confirmation.
Every time I go to Richmond, I go there, man.
Dude, I mean the name. Like the food is what it sounds like. The name.
Yeah.
It's like it's confusion, honestly.
It's not fusion.
Ooh,
It's
that's-
It's not
confusion.
fusion, dude. I've been watching the Gordon Ramsay guys. It's a fusion confusion.
Confusion.
But I mean,
That's good.
but realistically though, honest, like for real, it's not too bad. It's honestly not too bad. But I definitely wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Thank you. This is what we needed to hear.
Dude, I'm trying to think of restaurants in Richmond. I feel like I haven't eaten out that much.
Do you
Ron,
cook
what's-
mainly, or
What was the name?
Yeah, I
of
could. It's just easier.
yeah?
What was the name of that bakery you're on?
Oh, have you been to Sabrosa?
Yes. That's
Oh.
like yeah. That's pretty good.
The
That's a
bakery
bakery.
Shindigs?
Bakery.
You're talking about
Shindig. I was gonna
Shindigs?
say. I thought you were gonna say Shindig.
Oh
Shindig
yeah,
is
Shindig
like,
was a classic.
that's
but
like a pastry-
Sabrosa
like a
is
pastry
what
one.
I found more recently with my my
Mm.
family.
yeah, Shindig or
yeah.
Rose is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I mean I go to like if I'm missing like Viet food, I have to go a little bit outside of Richmond. But
Mhm.
there's one good Viet spot. God, I mean, Carytown has a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Just from my memory, there's like a watermelon festival, in Carytown, which is pretty cool. It's like an annual thing. I feel like it's not that old.
Do
But
people just like chuck watermelons at each other?
no. I mean, like they just like sell like a whole. Like, they just have like watermelon like punches. They have like they sell like watermelon slices on the streets for like $1, and they give a good amount.
Oh damn.
I mean, it's just honestly
The
like
watermelon
just a,
is so different in the summer, man.
that's what I'm saying.
So
It's like
good.
in August, like in the middle of like
yeah.
that's like peak like heat, and it's just really nice to like walk around. I mean, there's like just food vendors.
Mhm.
Right.
Carytown's like a nice little spot actually outside of, like in Richmond. It kind of like
Mhm.
it's its own separate like townish feel inside of like the city of Richmond. So
Mhm.
I like Carytown. It's pretty nice.
Have you ever frozen watermelon and tried to eat it?
Frozen watermelon.
The only
Like the
reason
entire watermelon, or
or like a slice, not like the whole fucking. No, you won't be able to cut through it.
I don't know. Man.
No, like a slice. The
No.
only reason I'm saying this is because I froze grapes for the first time the other day. Yo,
They're
Why?
good. Wait, were they
It-
like nice and crisp?
yeah.
Oh, I
Oh.
love grapes where they're like nice and crisp.
Dude, I
Like,
can't
if
do the
it's-
soft
I hate
grapes
the
a lot.
squishy ones. I don't
yeah,
I
those
can't-
are
I
the
can't.
worst.
Ugh.
I
saw-
freezing. Okay.
I
Dude,
saw
but I feel like with watermelons, there's so much water. I feel like it's just
Yeah.
like
That
you're just
it could
eating
just turn
ice.
into an ice cube. Yeah. yeah.
it's flavored ice at that point.
Maybe it's good for like mixers
It's a
or
popsicle.
something. But
Oh, actually.
but other than that, yeah, I don't know. I think you would be trying to eat just an ice cube. But just like the watermelon, we got to put this episode in the freezer. We'll be right back after 30 seconds. All right, guys, welcome back from the ad. Now that we're thawed out, we have to get to story time, in which I have no idea what I do. Well, I was there for one of them, but I'm gonna let Haran tell the
Oh,
first
nice.
story.
You guessed the right person.
Okay,
One out of two.
let's go.
This is just a random story because we were thinking of. I mean, we're just reflecting on Eric and the person he is. You know.
Dang.
Actually, the story, like, I don't think Eric does that much in the story, but he was part of it, and that's what's
Oh,
important.
oh,
But
okay.
I was thinking back to high school, and we had this chem teacher. His name was Mr. Kaufman. Really nice dude.
Dude, I love that guy.
Stand-up guy.
Probably one of my favorite teachers of all time.
No, easily.
Man,
Such a
for
nice
sure.
guy. Anyway, we were in junior year. Actually, we were in sophomore year. No, I think it was sophomore
Junior.
year. Sophomore year. Because we were in the same chem, I think, chem and AP. Chem.
No, chem. We had regular chem junior year because I had Taylor for sophomore year.
Fuck, was Eric not here for this?
That ruins the whole story.
Well, maybe it was
Another
AP
AP
Chem. No, it was AP Chem, I think now. 'Cause
It was
AP
was
Chem
junior
me.
year.
Wait,
AP
you
Chem,
were
there was
in
like
class with me, Han, and Dora, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, that was
yeah,
AP
yeah,
Chem.
yeah.
Okay,
that's-
I got it wrong. I can't even know my own story. Okay. Oh, because you know why? Because we switched rooms, and I was thinking of the older room, but we had the older room for the first
Oh, I
couple
already know.
months.
I already
and then-
know what this is. I feel.
And then we switched. Yeah, anyway, so we're in
I already know
the
what this
older,
is.
shittier chem room. We're doing a lab. Essentially, we were like pretty much close to the end of the lab, and we pretty much just had to like wait out for like this mixture to react, whatever bullshit.
Mhm.
Since we were just like chilling, Han and Dole thought it would be fun to just like do these stupid ass riddles. And essentially, I don't remember even what the riddles were about.
Dude,
But essentially, what
I don't
happened was
either.
that we were just like sharing these stupid ass riddles, and we are all just laughing real hard. And then I'm not sure whose fault or who actually did it, but essentially we just pushed because we were laughing so hard. We just pushed like one of the glass bottles into the sink below, and it just smashed. And then Mr. Kaufman, I think this guy is like a pacifist. Like this guy is easily like the calmest, nicest guy ever. We just look over to him, and he's just like he loses his shit. He's like, "Everyone stop!" And like everyone just like quiets. This dude is very white. He gets super red. And, like, you can see like the anger like boiling in him. I've never been so scared in my life, honestly. And we just like it's just and I just like I think he just said like how are we supposed to do a lab if no one's focusing, like all this shit, and like we were all just like sitting there super quietly. I don't think he said that much until like, the end of the class. I don't know what. Yeah.
No, I mean, all right. I want to point out, like, we were the like. I feel like we were the only like juniors in that class. 'Cause, like literally every class, like not only that one, like we would be the loudest ones in the class every time. Everyone's working, everyone's doing like what they're supposed to do, and we're like usually in the back, just like
dicking around.
honestly, we were just
Yeah.
dicking around. That's like the best way to describe it. We were just like, I have no idea. That class was like, I was so fun. I mean,
that
it
was so
probably wasn't
fun.
supposed to be that much fun. It wasn't designed to be like as fun as we made it, but
Wait,
yeah,
Eric,
that-
you were in we're in the same chemistry class for tech freshman year?
I have no idea. I didn't go to chem class. I'm not gonna lie.
God,
So,
I thought
you know,
were
like
back
the
then.
like the there's like that
The
clicker
clicker?
question.
Yeah.
I got like a 50% on that.
See, that's the biggest bullshit in all of like fucking like the huge ass school or the classes at school when they just make you show up to do like clicker shit or whatever.
Everyone
Bro.
leaves afterwards, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they just give it all to
So
one
dumb.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, like with TJ, like TJ, like prepared us. I think TJ Chem was harder than Tech. At least for
Oh,
me.
so
Like,
much harder.
Like,
So much
that's what I'm saying.
harder,
So I was like, I went in that class. I'm like, dude, I feel like we learned this in Gen Chem. Like, yeah, TJ's. I'm like, for me, I was just like, I feel like I'm wasting like an hour if I just stay there. I'm wasting like 20 minutes going there and then probably leaving after the clicker.
Yeah. After a
And then
while, I
walking
just
back.
realized like, why am I paying attention? I'd go for the clicker.
Yeah.
But like, wasn't really paying attention to the lecture. I just look up when they said clicker question and just
Yeah,
back down the computer after. Same thing with physics. Really, physics was also a lot easier or a lot harder at TJ. But yeah, that was just one funny story I remember about. Actually, it was funny and scary. I guess I almost.
It was, dude. Honestly, it was scary because you're breaking like some like instrument or material like from the school, and you're
Yeah.
oh shit, that's like, and like we know we were digging around too.
Yeah, like it wasn't like,
Like-
just because like we were like trying our best there. We were literally just.
That's what I mean. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah,
If
and
we
that's
were,
when,
like, on
and then that's when
topic,
Eric
we were
realized he
fine.
wanted to be a dentist.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want any part of this. Dude, I mean, surprisingly though, Kaufman's still like. I mean, again, he was super chill dude, but like it was only that moment. After that, like he was like super chill with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did. I remember like after that he would suggest like if me and Han were working together, he'd be like, you sure you two want to work together on this? And I'm like, yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
fine. I mean, don't worry about it. We'll get it done. Don't worry. Actually, you want to share the other story?
Yeah, but you guys bonded over it, man. You both.
Yeah.
Hey, you share your side, and then we can just chime.
Yeah, I don't really. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of chemicals and all that, one of the things that we used to do with Eric in college is
What?
drink party.
Okay.
Eric
I was
goes,
like,
what the fuck?
I was like,
Yo,
what are we doing with
yo.
chemicals? I was not taking anything.
Yeah, team chemistry. This is what we were talking about.
Team
Um,
chemistry. Nice.
So yeah, every time we drink with Eric, this guy he parties hard and it's a really good time.
Dude.
I think the last time we actually hung out because Eric graduated a year early was at Eric's birthday our junior year,
God.
and he was pretty gone then. But that's not the story I'm going to share today.
Oh.
Curveball. Oh, a little tease.
If you remember freshman year for Haran's
Birthday
birthday,
party. I knew it. I was thinking that too. I was thinking that. I was like, I remember one story that was. I will always remember that. But go on.
so I'm surprised you actually remember. So that's kind of crazy. But,
Wait. Maybe I don't know what the story is.
No.
It's not
you
much
probably
of a
do.
story,
You
don't
probably
worry.
do.
So much. So yeah, it was Haran's
19th?
19th birthday. I
Yeah,
think
sounds
it
right.
was like the first birthday in our group because Haran's like kind of one of the oldest.
It's not even that old. I'm born in April. Like,
Yeah.
he's like
We were very young.
old.
I think it was the
Yeah.
first like birthday that like us
Was
as
in
a
college.
group like celebrated.
Like, celebrated, yeah,
Because
yeah,
like people
yeah.
had birthdays earlier in the year, but I don't think we were all like so close yet.
yeah.
Yeah, so Haran's sister, who has been on the podcast, like we got to go to her apartment because we don't want to drink in dorms again. We already shared that story. So we went to her place and she baked a cake and everything. We had a good time. We brought like a couple shitty Burnett's handles, and it was like about 8 of us or something. And we just
The funny thing, it was in her place.
somebody
Was it
else's
not?
place.
Yeah, like
okay.
she like got her friend. Cause I think like either maybe like her roommate said like, or maybe they like had to be in their place at that day. But like one of her like guy friends were like, just let us use his place. So
Yeah,
Sure.
which was nice of him because we really got super.
we
drunk
really
there.
used that place.
Yeah.
yeah. All spaces. Remember we had like a drunk FIFA going on.
Yeah, okay, let me explain drunk
Oh.
FIFA, right? So what I don't even know what the plan was, but essentially it was like, I play FIFA a lot. If you guys didn't know,
Yeah.
I've played it a lot. I've been playing it a lot, etc. Anyway, I think the original concept was that like if like I get scored on, I drink.
Yeah.
I think was that what people said, but then we quickly realized that like that doesn't make any sense because like I'm much better at that game than anyone else. No one else played the game really.
Right.
And then slowly we changed it to like if I score, I drink.
No, it was changed from if you get scored on, then you drink. And then we changed it to if anybody scores, Haran drinks.
And then like it just kept on changing. Like if like no one was scoring, they'd like Haran take a shot now, or like Haran drink this, and then so I quickly was intoxicated. I don't know how Eric got so drunk. Actually, I think he was trying to match me, right?
No. Actually, the story was we balled that that evening, and I
Mhm.
sprained my ankle. So
Oh,
I went in. So
right.
in my dude, that was the only reason I remember it because I had to limp my ass to what's that pizza place?
Mellow
That-
Mushroom.
Mellow Mushroom.
Yeah.
You know how far that is from the dorms?
That's
That
that's
is
pretty
so-
far, dude.
That's
That's
pretty
like
far.
that's like a mile.
That
Dude,
was pretty far. Yeah.
my ankle was like freaking it was a freaking balloon, and I'm like I'm
Oh,
limping
yeah,
my
yeah,
ass to Mellow Mushroom and then back to I thought your sister's apartment. I don't know if we walked there. We probably did.
No, I think
We took a bus.
We bus.
Oh,
Yeah.
we took a bus. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm sure there was some walking in between.
in my
but-
mind, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna drink so I don't feel the pain.
Yeah, I remember saying that now.
Yeah, I mean, that story probably ended as what?
Yeah, so long
Can
story
imagine.
short, we got back to campus, and I think both of us puked right outside of Eric's dorm.
Yeah. And
LSA,
I remember-
LSA.
Eric's roommate was sleeping, I think, when we came back. And
Yeah.
we pretty much like had to like put Eric to bed.
Yeah.
It was so fun. I remember something else I just remembered is that I stole Haran's PS3 or PS whatever from his dorm room. I don't know how it happened.
Oh yeah.
But I had his like PlayStation in my backpack because he wasn't supposed to know about like any of like going
How did
to
you
like,
get
his
into my
sister.
room?
I think I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't know.
Wait, did you have a roommate freshman year?
I did.
Oh, he
but
left
then,
by then.
he left like by second semester. So
I don't
lived by
remember
myself.
how I
Oh.
got it, but I had it.
How the fuck
How'd
did
you
into
get
my-
in?
You must have taken my Hokey P, I guess. I don't know. There's
Yeah,
no other
but
way
I-
you get in.
But I wouldn't have known like the code to your room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a code. I forgot about that. Dude, I forgot a lot about it.
I
Maybe
don't know.
Haran just went to the
Yeah.
bathroom real quick and then
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Christian got
maybe.
it.
Yeah,
Just stole
I
his
don't-
PS3.
yeah, just fucking ransacked his apartment.
Casual.
But yeah, that was. I do remember. The thing I remember the most is because I think Haran's sister drove us back to campus from the apartment. I remember there was like what 6 of us in the back seat of that car or something like that, and Eric was like, because Eric had the like
Dude, I have
messed
no
up
recollection
ankle.
of this.
He has a messed up ankle, so he was just laying across on the top of everybody because we were like, oh, we can't have Eric on the bottom because like his ankle, even though he can't feel it. I remember throughout the night we kept asking Eric. I was like, "Oh, how's your ankle?" He's like, "I can't feel it anymore. We're good."
Oh,
Yeah, freshman year of college is never easy for anybody.
Yeah.
Another thing I remember was that we were taking the bus to like the apartment that we were going to.
Oh, we
and-
just stall, right?
Yeah, we had to stall because Sajini didn't have the cake ready for her on to blow out the candles. So we just like got off at the wrong spot, stopped deliberately. You know, Haran he's like, "What the fuck, guys? Who has directions and shit?" Like he got kind of we had to play it off all
Yeah.
of us. It was very awkward. But I guess by that point, I'm pretty sure he knew what was going on.
Yeah,
Well, I knew like something sus was happening, but I didn't know where the fuck we were going because I thought we were going to my sister's place, and then I think that's the reason why like there's
Yeah,
actually more
yeah.
surprise was not to be to go to my sister's place because I would know like immediately if I went over there.
Yeah.
But we went to Collegiate where we lived after anyway, and then I was like, where the fuck are we going? Like, where are you taking me? But it was a fun night of what I remember at least. Yeah.
my last memory of that night was Eric tried playing FIFA,
Oh god.
and I remember distinctly Eric was like, "I'm not gonna play as anybody else, but I'm gonna play as India." Like
Yeah.
the Indian national team, who's like
I do remember that actually.
one
Dude,
of
they're
the
like-
worst teams like in the entire game.
Easily.
No, I used to play FIFA, but not that much. So my brother played more FIFA than I did.
Mhm.
But we would like, I think we had this challenge. I think we created like a tournament or a league. We would have like 5-star, a 4-star, a 3-star, and
Mhm.
then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and then like a national team. And then I would just choose India just to like for the hell of it. And it was just fun to play because you're playing against people who are rated like in the 50s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like every single player is like a 50.
Nah, dude,
And, they're not like they're so slow. Their stamina runs out and after like 2 seconds. It's just
Yeah.
like it's so hard to play.
I remember like when I was like a kid growing up, I wasn't that good at like FIFA or like I used to play PES was pretty big back then, so I used to play like PES a bit.
Mhm.
And like I'd like play against like these older kids, and like this one guy, he was like using the Faroe Islands, and I was like the Adidas All Star team or what shit,
Oh
and I got
my.
absolutely smashed. And I think I was like 6, and that was like the first time I felt like actual rage playing a game because I was like, how is this guy beating me? He has like the worst team ever, and I'm like the best team. And then that rage just kept on building as I kept on playing these games. So
Well, Eric, clearly your devotion to the Indian national system is
Oh, yeah.
carried over into college as you
Oh,
were on
yeah.
the Bhangra team.
That's right.
Um,
That's right. I was.
I
Oh,
don't know
man.
if that's a transition I'm allowed to use or not, but we're just gonna pretend like it's okay. What was that experience like? You went to comps, you did everything.
Oh man.
You were
I did. I went to A comp.
a comp. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
A comp. We got second, by the way.
Yeah, but
so-
yeah, you got a trophy. I remember
We-
you
we got a
pictures.
trophy,
That
we got a
was
trophy. That was-
photo,
Yeah. I mean, dude, it was all right. At its best, it was really, really fun.
Mhm.
At its worst, it was just a stupid amount of time commitment.
yeah.
I mean, well, understandably so. I mean, you're competing and whatnot. But I mean, it was already like honestly being a freshman and like having the first comp of the season as a freshman, and you're like the top 6 to do it. That was like pretty. That was like honestly, that felt good, especially
Yeah.
being like non-Indian.
Yeah. I mean, I guess some background. You did dance a little bit.
I did,
at TJ
yeah,
as
so-
well, yeah.
Yeah, so I learned it from TJ in my sophomore year,
Mhm.
and then I was part of that Bhangra team starting junior year. I mean, Tech didn't really, or not Tech, sorry, TJ didn't really do much with their Bhangra team, at least when I was there. At Tech, dude, honestly, the most I can remember is comp week, because comp week was hell. Comp week was it would be like a week right before comp. We would have, I think, practice probably start either 7 or 8. And honestly, probably most days we would end at like maybe midnight would be generous. I would say sometimes even like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
It was just, I mean, like if you see Bhangra, it is a cardio workout and leg workout. It's freaking everything. And you're doing that for like, again, like 4 hours, 5 hours, and you're like doing the same thing over and over again. It's like, you're kind of like watching all like the video, like we record ourselves too,
Right.
Mhm.
just be able to like formation wise, it was just a lot. Because in our routine, I think is like 6 minutes long. I think so. It was just like a lot, and there's like a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Bhangra, but I mean, especially my first like 2-3 months of like freshman year of college, I pretty much my schedule would basically be like I wake up, go to class, do as like much homework as I could because I know I have like practice at night,
Mhm.
and then sleep at midnight and then repeat. So I didn't have that much time for like whether it was like honestly any time for myself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, if you were going to do Bhangra, it's definitely a time commitment. I feel like people who did do any like dance team or honestly like any other team sort of competitiveness at like college or anything,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot. It's a lot. But I mean, comp was fun. I mean, like we got second, and then after party was awesome. But yeah, I mean, I wish I did more because I think Tech after I dropped, they went to Blowout, which is like a huge DC Bhangra comp that like if you grew up in like Nova and like knew at least some sort of like Bhangra,
Yeah.
that was the competition because that was like the local competition of like, oh, this is the collegiate like this is a competition of like Bhangra, it's like the top of the top.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, man, I shouldn't have quit that one like early because I could have been like competing at like Blowout which everyone talks about. So, but
Yeah. Where was your first
Whatever.
comp?
it was in Temple, so Temple University, so it's in Philly.
Philly. Oh, Philly, nice.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, we had to drive up there and everything.
Yeah,
And it's
Yeah, the one thing I know about Bhangra teams, well, there's actually a few things. I know that they work hard, they play hard, you know, they party hard, and that they can be extremely toxic.
wait, in what way?
Well, obviously this is all secondhand information, so take it with a grain of salt. But like, there's always some like internal beef going on with like,
I feel like
So,
any
like-
dance team got like that
yeah,
kind of shit going
it's
on.
not more than any other, but like the people who like choreograph have beef with the people who like don't like put in any effort, or like there's some internal beef about, oh, this shitty choreography doesn't match, like they have differing opinions of what the choreography should be, or this is or this relationship drama within the team. I don't fucking know. There's just weird shit that goes on within.
Okay, you're fine.
Like within the team, not
So I've heard. So I've heard.
Not team to team, like within the team.
Yeah.
You were talking about within the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always plenty of that.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't very much in it, but even I kind of knew.
Yeah.
There's
just-
definitely a little bit. I feel.
It's just more stressful than it should have been. Next time.
Next time.
And there's probably also drama about like who gets to be captain and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? It's probably a big deal. Or like who's on the team that performs in the competitions.
Oh, I don't know how much.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Why is
I
this
mean,
Asian
okay,
dude beating me out in this competition?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?"
It's like Harad and the Adidas All Star. He's like, I'm supposed to be good at this.
I never had. No, not that I know of. Now I'm thinking. I have no idea.
Just too good, Eric. They couldn't. You were
Eric was
undroppable.
going
No.
to practice and just dancing and leaving after.
Yeah, meanwhile, all these people were just like losing their fucking
Yeah,
minds.
They could have been talking shit about me. I would have no idea, honestly.
Who gives a fuck?
Because I mean, I think I didn't really. The only person I knew is probably like I don't know if I'm not probably not allowed to say his name. Redact. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the only one I knew, and like that person was. As you can
He was
probably
very
know, more social. He was more
very
social with like
more
the rest of the
social.
team. I
It's
mean,
more everything. Sorry, that was mean. I take that back.
No, that was perfect, honestly.
I mean, also, I feel like being non-Indian also makes you like you feel like you're kind of. I wouldn't say I felt left out, but you could definitely. I feel like there's a lot of like most cultural groups, like in terms of like student associations, they're
Mhm.
pretty cliquey. They're pretty cliquey.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I definitely. I mean, that's why I was like also not super part of VSA either.
Mm.
I mean, same thing with like the Bongo team and like SIA and everything. I was just like, it just wasn't for me in terms of like being cliquey and being part of that. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
wasn't my scene to be in.
I feel that. I was kind of like that too, honestly. Like, I was already comfortable with like the group of friends I had. I didn't
Yeah.
really, like feel a need to like associate with such a big group of people, especially when, like I didn't like a lot of them anyway.
Yeah. I feel like that's a big difference for like whether like TJ, because I feel like TJ, everyone knew each other, but you still had some kind of like you wanted to have like not a reputation, but like I don't know how to explain it. Like you cared what other people thought about you, kind of.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you're in college, you're like, I don't care.
You
I'm
felt like more connected, like to each like with people at TJ, where like you had to like put on like you had to be social, like you had to like talk to these people. But like at college, I felt like you just had more independence in general with your choices.
Yeah. Like college, like at the end of the day, from college, like you're gonna have like the friends around you is like who you're gonna keep around for like years after college and whatever. Whereas like high school, everyone's like, honestly, I haven't talked to a ton of people from like 2 years. So
Unfortunately, still talk to one of these people. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, we talked a lot in high school too. Right?
Shut up.
Yeah, Harsha, you got to do the obvious one. Make the connection.
So, as I was just talking to my brother Haran. Speaking of brothers,
What? That's not the connection.
That's not the connection.
speaking of brothers, Eric, your brother recently got married. You mentioned. What was that experience like? And
Well, huge congrats to him, by the way.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
happily married. Happily married, by the way,
Happily married.
to another
Doctor. Yeah,
Doctor.
even though Haran thinks it's not okay.
No.
I think it's okay.
a year. I think it's been a year, and they're still going strong. So that's good.
Aw.
That's good to hear. It was. I mean, they had an Indian wedding. So first of all, Indian weddings are super lit,
Yeah.
and I don't think there is any other wedding that can come close to how lit Indian weddings are.
Mm.
And we had like technically like half of the Indian wedding. We had
Right.
like I think 2 days of worst.
Mm.
Well, a weekend, and then we had like the Mindy.
Yeah.
Am I saying that? Okay, yeah. That was like another day. I'm like right before it. Anyways, marriage part. I mean, that was cool. I was his best man. Yeah, it was cool. There's a lot of like working parts though to like a wedding in terms of like the scheduling and like like time for pictures, time for like videos, all that stuff.
Hard to stop sweating. It's okay.
Oh yeah. I've heard of congratulations.
That was the connection.
That was
I
the
was trying to
connection.
get
He
at.
That's
just
the
didn't.
connection?
He just
Oh.
didn't bring up. Very obvious.
Harsh is getting conscious about how many times he mentions that he's getting married.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
dude, congrats by the way. I haven't
Yeah.
mentioned it in person.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
Yeah. Hey. Anyways, dude, are you excited? That's exciting though. Sorry, I'll go back to what I just want to know. Are you excited for your wedding?
Yeah,
Or
I'm
what-
excited. I mean, we're in the middle of all the planning stuff
Planning.
now, the things you're talking about, and like, there's just a lot that goes into it that I didn't really know about because I've been to a couple weddings, but you just don't think about it. But it's going well. We still have a lot of time, so
are you having like a majority of like the ceremonies and or like not ceremonies, like the events? I don't really know how to.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have like event. We're not inviting everyone to all the events. Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna do some of the events at our houses just because it's like a lot cheaper, not a bit cheaper. It's a lot cheaper, and like just doing like the major ones like at like a venue.
Yeah, actually, I think one of my favorite. Well, because it was like, what's the one when it's like music and you have dance?
Sangeet.
It's that Sangeet. Oh, the Sangeet. So all right. Tying this back to Bhangra,
Oh, did you get to dance at the wedding?
I danced. I
Yeah, I
choreographed.
Oh, you choreographed?
I choreographed my whole family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for your whole
Dude.
family. That's so cool.
Yeah. So I made a video. I taught them as best as I could, considering how little time that we saw each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, as you can imagine, again, you have like this non-Indian guy just doing Bhangra, like hardcore Bhangra, and everyone's like losing their mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of that was probably my favorite because it was like super chill. You just watch like these performances, you get to sit back and you kind of like relax. In terms of the wedding, the ceremony is long. At least from like my brothers, it was like, dude, it was stupid long, like ridiculously long. It was like maybe like an hour and this was during the summer, so it was like middle of the day. It was probably like 90 degrees. I'm in the front row.
Oh, was it
also,
outside?
Was it outside?
It was outside ceremony. Oh, and by the way, there's a pit of fire.
Fire, yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. So I'm in the front row because I'm like the best man. So I'm like literally right at the edge of the hall, that lane thing.
Yeah.
So that fire is like basically I'm like the closest to the fire from the audience. So I'm in all like the Indian garments and everything. So I'm just like, bro, I'm like dying out here for an hour. And the thing is, they have water, right?
Yeah.
But you don't want to be the guy like being in the front center. Get up and like get water. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like,
Like a walk of
dude.
shame to go
It's
get
a walk
water.
of shame.
True also had like a painful experience at his wedding. Like he had him and
His
like,
brother's
like,
wedding.
Yeah, his brother's wedding. No, sorry, no, actually.
Yo.
he had
My
his
God.
brother's wedding like last August, and I don't know exactly what he was holding. We told him like this cloth up that was like covered.
Yeah,
in
it was
something.
like
Yeah,
so that they
the
couldn't
cloth-
see each other.
Oh yeah, Harsha, yeah.
Yeah, you know more.
Oh,
about
the
it.
cloth.
Yeah.
But yeah, he basically just held that up with like another groomsman for like 25 minutes. So
Oh,
his
Yeah,
shoulder,
it seemed like 45 minutes. For an hour,
so his
dude.
shoulder like as natural would just start hurting.
That's something to be like as like the first like the reveal, right? Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the first look of like
The funny thing is, at some point they just like clip the veil to like whatever they're wearing.
Yeah, they could see like the shoulders like
It was like a walking curtain.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I cried. I had a best man speech. I cried during
shit.
that. Yeah. It was. I didn't expect to cry, but it's just like you're in the moment. Obviously, like I had a good speech. I kind of like I tied it back to like how my brother is always pushing me to be like. So he was like how I'm competitive because he's competitive and he's like
What's
5
the
years
age
older
gap?
than me.
By the way?
He's 5 years. He's 4.5, but I say 5
Dude,
years
holy,
because it
it's
sounds
like
nicer.
very similar to like True.
Yeah.
True knows like True.
I think True plagiarized Eric's speech actually.
Did he cry too?
He cried at the
Yeah.
exact same
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Sorry, continue. You're saying
Yeah. So I was like, I brought up being like, growing up, I'm like, whenever we played games, I would be like a 4-year-old kid playing against like a 9-year-old
Yeah.
guy, like playing chess and like getting shit on, as you can imagine.
Damn.
So I brought up like, yeah, even though like, when you kept on like literally beating me, it kept me striving. It made me like strive to be better and to meet at your levels. So I was like, I brought it to kind of like sort of that competitive aspect to more like, oh, like this is how I looked up to you and like as a brother and stuff like that. It was like,
and then you challenged
then
him
I
to
got-
one-on-one.
then I started
Then you
choking.
challenged him to a one-on-one chess match in front of everyone.
Yeah, just right there. Yeah, I mean, it was emotional. I mean, like you don't, especially, I don't know, you never like imagine it. We always had this joke. Even though he's the oldest, he would be the last one. Like as a kid,
Mhm.
or not as a kid, I guess like when growing up, like he would be the last one to get married, even though he's the oldest. Like I don't know. It's just like because he's a weird, not a weird dude. He's definitely a social guy. He definitely has like he is not like. He's very full of himself. Not full of himself. How to explain it?
He's a
This is
fucking
the speech.
dickhead.
This is the speech.
No.
This is the speech he gave.
he's like comfortable with himself. I should say.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he
okay.
very much
Like it was like hard for
Like-
you guys to
like-
envision him like in like with someone else.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, like his weird quirks well, like he'll show them because he just doesn't care what people think.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
which like has a good thing, but like we always thought that like it's
Oh,
such
you'll
a
never
turn
find
off,
someone
and
that-
like
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
But I
I
mean,
see.
yeah, I mean, and he's never really. I felt like at least that we knew of like had a girlfriend. Like
Hmm.
he was older than us by a lot, so it's like.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it just I don't know. It's a different feeling when you see someone you like grown up with get married. It's just like I feel like that's the part when you're like that's the moment where you're like, oh shit, we're getting like old. Like
Yeah,
this is
Harsha.
like this is yeah.
You ruined it for all of us.
No. It's like it's definitely a feeling. I mean, like even like we knew he's engaged. Like it's like inevitable. Like right when
Yeah.
you get engaged, it's like that time period. But like for some reason, like during the ceremony and everything,
It,
like
it clicks.
you're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
wow. Like he's a married man, and like I have a new sister, and it's like yeah, it's. I mean, it's an awesome feeling, but it's definitely like it makes you think.
Yeah.
It definitely
Yeah.
makes you think.
Yeah, I'm worried because I think I'll probably have to give a speech at my sister's wedding, but I'm really bad at public speaking.
Oh, dude, honestly,
I don't
I made my speech maybe like a night or 2 nights before. I
Damn.
like it's.
Yeah, I don't think
that-
she'll let me do that.
She wants to proofread
I
it.
would,
Yeah,
I would
she's
check,
gonna
I would say
bet.
check it with people. I checked it with my sister, and she's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's
for
hard
sure.
because like you don't know whether you want to make it a funny one or like
Mm.
a.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you also don't want to make it too funny, where it's like cringe and like kind of weird, and
Yeah, you gotta find a good
it's,
balance.
It is hard to find a good balance. That's why
Mhm.
wedding speeches are tough.
Yeah, Christian helped Tarun with his speech like an hour or two before, right, Christian?
Yeah.
So yeah, cut it close.
Damn.
Yeah. I think it may have been the night. I think we like did the outline bare bones of it the day before. This is all verbally though. I think Tarun wrote down a little bit of it, but I think this was all like a just spitball in here, back and forth. But yeah, he wrote a very nice long speech and only got to really say like a third of it, which was unfortunate. But the
Wait,
MC,
why do you only say a third of it?
the MC
Did you
guy
start
like
crying? Oh.
rushed him off. Like he got through part of it, and then everybody like clapped, and like the MC guy thought he was done, and then he went back up, and then he did a little bit more of it, and I don't know. It was just
It was still a good speech.
That's-
though.
it was a good speech. It just there were some more parts in there that he could have got out, but
Yeah.
it was definitely the effect was definitely there, 100%.
Was that a good audition for your wedding? Marshall, will you be inviting him on the stage to give a speech?
Huh? Yeah, I gotta put a word count on that though. Eric, do you know like if the wedding was just like a South Indian wedding or was it North Indian wedding? Like, do you know?
I have no idea. I'm trying to think. I want to say north, but I couldn't. I'm just guessing at this point. I don't actually know.
What's your sister-in-law's name?
Last name's Bhagawat.
Oh, should do you imagine? Oh, shit. Okay, I thought you knew.
I got no idea.
I have no idea.
I'll take your word for it though.
Yeah.
That's
I don't generally know.
all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Just curious.
Is there a big difference between weddings? Or is
Yeah.
it-
Yeah, it's totally
The
different.
the ceremony itself is a little bit different.
in terms of like the prayers and like the
Yeah, I think that stuff's pretty different, and then like I'd say some of the food is going to be different at the weddings too.
I couldn't tell
there's,
you
like,
what food
the-
they had.
Yeah, Harsh is gonna cater Juan Gonzalez when we at his wedding. That's a South Indian tradition, actually.
Yeah, we love fusion.
Confusion.
Confusion.
Oh. Okay, I might as well. I was told that I shouldn't ask this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Eric.
No, you don't have to. It's a
No,
show.
no. You already tried to dirty my mind, poison my soul.
What?
Eric, what's your top 3?
We need to give some context here.
Nope.
What? All right, top three.
Top 3. Just your top 3 anything.
Top 3 anything.
Okay, I feel like Harsh, you gotta explain.
Yeah, also
Actually,
explain it to me.
You answer first, and then we'll add some context. After.
I actually,
Top 3.
I don't know what I'm asking. I want that to be clear. 'cause
I
nobody told me
genuinely
anything.
also don't know what
Yeah,
is being asked.
so for some context, Tarun, Haran, and I, and Ankit, who's been on this podcast, we were hanging out this past weekend, and we were just sitting on a table and just talking, and then
Sitting on a table.
No.
around the table.
Oh, right.
Sorry, like talking, and Tarun, the inquisitive and thoughtful guy that he is, came up with this great question of what is your top 3, but he didn't say like anything like top 3 like food.
Yeah, you
or
wasn't really
top 3.
thoughtful with this question.
It's just he stopped at 3, so just Like, what comes to mind when you think like your top three? It could be like things. It can't. The one thing it couldn't be was like your friends or family, because people are just gonna say that.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna do that.
Okay.
Oh come on.
But
top
like
three.
things to do or eat or any like feelings that
It's
you
a
have.
really stupid
Or like
question.
any as broad or specific as you want it to be.
Dude, top three.
Or even like just like values you hold, anything, whatever like matters the most to you. you know?
Ooh.
Yeah. Like Jalen Hurts or something, you know?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Dang, top.
Oh, sorry,
I kinda
Nick Foles.
Hey,
Hey,
Philly
hey,
special.
hey.
Dude, we should have had Eric over for that game.
No.
look at.
I think I would have punched
The
him.
Eagles,
The
Patriots
Eagles,
Super Bowl.
Patriots Super Bowl.
Oh,
second
dude.
goal.
Oh, yeah. I was.
No, I think I would have
I
punched
was-
him. I think I would have punched him.
I would have let you punch me. I would have still been celebrating.
He'll just drink more so he couldn't feel it.
Oh man, top three. Shoot, that's hard. Dude,
All right.
I'm also very indecisive.
Harsha,
I-
You can't
I-
say teeth.
Harsha,
either.
you have to go first. And
Yeah,
don't say
so
whatever you
wait.
said when you were them.
Oh, what? What
Yeah,
was my top three
it has to
changes?
have, it has to have changed in the last like 4
It's a fluid
days.
list. It's a fluid list.
All right, whatever.
excuse
Yeah,
me.
it's okay.
Yeah, so my top three, not in any particular order, was sports, obviously. So that I kind of was pretty broad with that because that includes like playing basketball, watching other sports, and keeping up with it and all that. I feel like I do that a bunch outside of my work, so that was up there. And also to kill time, I sleep a lot, as we've talked about a lot in this podcast, and I like sleeping. So there's that.
Uh-huh.
And then my last one was a yogurt rice, which is something I eat at home when I come back from like a trip or eat a lot of outside food, and keeps my tummy cool. So those are my three.
Hey, don't laugh at his list.
Look, I'm-
It's not the item itself. It's the way he said it. It keeps my tummy cool. Hara, did you answer this question?
Dude, I did, but I don't even remember what I said.
Okay, then come up with a new
I
list.
remember
Even-
kind of, I think.
okay.
Oh, do you want to share what I said? I don't remember one thing I said. I think.
Oh, yeah. Haran like is really competitive. That was one of his top three.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to my whole Faroe Islands versus
Yeah, bro.
Maldives.
Dude,
Yeah.
Haran,
That's where it
it's a
started.
good thing. It's a good thing you're not a soldier, bro. You would fucking attack the Faroe Islands at any given opportunity.
America's like, who's our biggest threat? I'm like, listen up. It's the Faroe fucking Islands.
Specifically their football team.
Yeah, specifically only their football team.
Who's your other one like arguing? Is that included in competitive?
What?
Yeah, I think that was the
Yo, what the fuck? Please.
Yeah, Haran was sharing how he like loves to argue and play devil's advocate, even though it's maybe not something he fully believes in.
It's just fun. It's like that. I like that. I like the. It's like an
Such a
instigator, but
dickhead.
it's like it's instigating, but with commitment afterwards. Because like you can instigate once, right? But then like, and then if someone retaliates, you can't just give up. Like you gotta like commit.
Dude,
to
I'm
it.
actually about that. It's also like a challenge too, honestly.
Yeah, like and like
I'm
I love to
about
like
it.
I might be like arguing the completely. I don't even believe what I'm saying, but I just want to win the argument for the sake of winning the argument.
Jesus.
I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy, guys. So
Just
just I
so
promise.
toxic. So toxic.
I think that was part of the competitive. I don't even know what else I said. I think I probably said something food related. I like
Yeah, food.
I probably said pizza because that's. I said pizza's my comfort food.
Oh.
I think or was it dessert?
So yeah, I go with dessert.
Dude, whatever. Yeah, it was one of food thing. And what was the last
Some comfort food.
and the last thing was
Like making this up, but you remember?
I have no idea.
Oh, the what did you say? last?
His last thing was fluid dynamics.
Yeah,
Fluid dynamics. Right on. Right on.
Wow.
I get that. I can totally get it.
As you can see, I did not take this that seriously, but maybe after I hear Eric's answer, I can go back and.
Oh.
Yeah,
Makes
okay.
sense.
Is it my turn? All right. I would say honestly, I know Ron said, I think earlier he mentioned values. Now that's like stuck in my head. So for values wise, I would say one, loyalty. I think that's a huge that can go to a lot of ways in terms of like, family's a big thing for me, and I have a huge family, so there's like loyalty in that regard, where it's like, yeah, family important, and also like loyalty with like friends, my relationship. It's just like it honestly, if you're like not loyal, that kind of just describes who you are as a person. Like I don't want any part of you.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Nice.
but I mean, it means a lot. It's
Eric
like,
opens a clinic, and it's like the only thing on the questionnaire is, "Are you a loyal person?"
you better come back right now. No, I mean, it shows like some sort of commitment to a person or a cause. Which
Yeah.
I think it shows a lot to someone's character.
Is it okay if I support multiple NBA teams? Is that a loyal?
No.
No, dude, see, I hate that.
Yes.
I casually
Any
support.
sports team?
You
I
casually support a third of the fucking league.
Dude, you also root for like every NBA champion. You're like, oh, you're part of my like.
Whoa!
No, Haran picks the bad
I will
teams.
gladly say that I support all the shit teams in the league. None of my teams that I support I've won a
The
championship.
Detroit Pistons are looking nice today, huh?
Now Pistons are on my team, but like my I guess like the casual the two I support. I think this was said in the last podcast actually as well. I'll be quick. Wizards and Knicks are like my main teams.
Yeah.
And then like I
It's
casually
the
support
fucking Rockets. There's
the
the
Rockets,
Grizzlies.
the Grizzlies,
The Kings?
the Kings.
The
yeah.
Kings.
But that was like kind of
Where-
before. But oh, because
where did the Kings-
Zebo went to the Kings, and I was like, you know, I look like the Kings now. I was a
But
big
he there
Zebo
for like
fan.
1 year though.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like mainly, like I mainly keep up tabs with the Rockets. I would say I was a big Harden fan. I am still a big Harden fan.
So you're Sixers fan now?
No.
Wait, what? Wait, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Huh?
I don't do Philly. I don't do New England. That's my take. And I don't do the Warriors either. I fucking hate the Warriors. You don't understand how much pain it was to live so close to like where all the Warriors fans
true,
are.
true. See,
And
I
there
was
were
rooting
fucking
for
fans
Golden
on the
State.
campus walking around with like Curry jerseys. Dude, I
I think I would jump in that ocean if I was you.
I was leaving SF the day of the parade, the championship parade.
But
Yeah,
Yeah, I just was anti-Boston, as you can imagine. And
yeah. As
Sorry,
a normal
Christian.
person, as a normal
person.
Yeah.
And also, like, yeah.
I don't like it here.
It's one of my friends here also, like, was born in Boston, too. So he was going crazy for the Celtics. But,
Yeah.
glad of the outcome. Sorry, Christian.
Sorry, I get to watch Malcolm Brogdon next year. Everything will be painful.
Who did they give up?
Fucking nobody.
I was gonna say, I feel like they got him for free,
Tyson
right?
Neesmith.
Yeah.
Aaron, yeah.
Tice never played. Neesmith just ran around like a chicken with his head cut off. I like him.
Yeah, that's not
he
bad,
got a
though.
lot of hustle, but in the wrong way.
So who would the lineup be? Would it be Brogdon?
No, Brogdon will be six man. He'll still be
Six man?
smart.
I was gonna say
Brown,
smart, right? Yeah.
Smart, Brown, Tatum, Horford, and Rob.
So nothing changed except the bench.
Yeah, but
Wait,
the
who's
bench
Rob?
it was Rob Williams.
Rob Williams.
Oh, that's right.
And yeah, Brogdon. The only reason I don't like him is because he went to UVA. But
Yes.
Wait, is Derek White a free agent?
No, we have him for 3
Oh,
more
you-
years.
Oh shit.
I have 2 more years. So yeah, bench will be Brogdon, White, Grant Williams, Gallinari.
A good bench.
That's
Yeah,
not bad.
It's
pretty
much
solid.
it's much better bench than
I feel like Grant
Yeah,
Williams
then-
doesn't have a big fall off. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just kind of wishing on it because I don't like it.
he was pretty good in the bubble actually. Yeah, which I think was his rookie year. The series against the Raptors, he played really well.
The Brogdon?
No,
When's Grant up for a
Grant
contract?
Williams.
Oh.
He's on his rookie deal.
Well, when's it over?
I think next year. I think-
I'm getting mad Tristan Thompson vibes with this guy.
Nah, I think he'll get like a 448. I think.
Sure. Yeah, I guess we won't be like dumbass LeBron to give him a stupid contract.
Yeah. Anyway, so other than loyalty, sorry,
ooh.
derailed your
Let me
conversation there.
see. Dang. I would say, at least for me, I've always had the mindset of, I guess, like, I don't know how to describe it in like one word or whatever, but I would say values-wise is always being like a helping hand. I guess it comes in hand with like why I chose this profession. But I think a lot of it is just like, so this actually came from, I had like a pretty bad head injury during my senior year of high school. And I was like pretty much like bedridden for like a month. So I had to like relearn how to walk kind of, and like, yeah. And I don't have a sense of smell actually, fun fact.
Oh my god, you had COVID from back then?
I was patient zero.
Patient zero.
But yeah, so I always had the mindset. I was like, man, honestly, I came out of that lucky because in my mind, I came out lucky. So in my mind, I was like, hey, like I felt like I was given kind of like a second chance, and I was like, you know, I shouldn't take this life for granted. And for me, I was like, I would much rather be able to help. Like as a numbers game, I would much rather be able to improve more people's lives than just like one, which would be my own.
Right.
So that's I guess a value I always had. I always felt like even like dental school too. I mean, a lot of people in dental school are very much for themselves and are willing to do whatever they can for themselves, not to like throw people on the bus. But I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Especially if they're specializing, it can be pretty cutthroat. But I mean, for me, I'm just like, hey, if someone is like struggling in a class or lab or whatever, I'm like, if it like takes time out of my day, especially like, you know, that time I could be studying, whatever, but like I feel like I'd be okay with the class. And I could help someone like not get kicked out of school. Like that's something that's like would 100% be worth it.
Dude, I look like such a dickhead with my answers, man. God damn it.
Well,
you implanted the seed of like these values and things.
Yeah, come on.
No, I think it's good. Like I feel like it paints a better picture of like who you are than like just what's your top three. You know what I mean? Like, I think values actually.
all my like drinking stories and stuff.
Yeah, we have it to balance. You know.
Yeah. Actually, and then my third one would be it's cheesy, but to be confident and believe in yourself, which is actually something I actually am not, but it's something I am trying to do. And I realized that in dental school because I think, especially from TJ going to college, you kind of have that mindset. I mean, even going to TJ, you have that mindset of kind of like you're like smart and you're like top of the class. You're kind of like, especially when you get to college, you're like, oh, I'm like, it's not as bad for the first year, and you're kind of like, I know my stuff.
Yeah.
But like dental school was like a huge reality check. It's like everyone here, like they know their shit. Like they know like stuff that like the thing, especially with dentistry, is just like if you feel like you're not good enough, it will show because you will compare yourself to everyone, and it's like it's really hard because you're like, oh, I'm not like this person like knows so much more, or they're like their hand skills are just so much better, and you start doubting yourself. And I've had this a lot. I mean, I see even now, like basically all 2-ish years. It's just like I felt like I wasn't good enough, and a lot of it's like I did definitely have thoughts of like, man, I should just drop out, even though like I was doing fine in school. It's just like I never felt like good enough. But I mean, I think a lot of the time, just got to believe in yourself and be confident. Like, there's a reason why you're doing the things that you are doing, and obviously everything, like not everything anyone can do, but I feel like given the certain amount of time and effort you can put towards something, you can do pretty much anything you want. So that's my mindset. Like, hey, I'm not where I want to be yet, and at least me comparing it shows me like a direct evidence of something I could be. So that's something I always thought, like, no matter what, whether it's dentistry, whether it's like, you know, playing basketball or like literally anything I do, I always compare myself, and it's like, all right, here's where I am now, and I have to believe that I can get there given a certain amount of time.
That's a good answer, man.
Eric just blew us all away.
Deep talks.
Deep talks, yeah. Christian, did you want to go real quick?
Yeah, I came up with 2 so far. You're kind of hitting on more face value. The first thing that came in my mind was tacos. Now, I'm not talking Taco Bell, bro. Even though I like Taco Bell, but something about like either making tacos at home or going to like authentic Mexican restaurant.
Oh, you're saying like hard shell tacos or just
no, buddy.
Soft?
No, it's soft shell.
Corn
like
tortilla.
Yeah.
Corn tortilla, either double tortilla like they do at the Mexican restaurants, like little hole in the wall places that are authentic, or make them at home, bro. Like, not like Americanized tacos where it's like, I don't know, in a flour tortilla with like ground beef, or I don't know, shredded American cheese or some bullshit like that. I'm talking, it's ever since I had this one there's one taco restaurant in Spain that was owned by a Mexican family.
Oh my fucking god!
It's not about Spain. Shut up.
End the episode now. Derek, you don't understand, man.
No,
this
that's
man's
just-
a,
Yeah.
this man's a walking
whatever.
Spain
Shut up.
like advertising.
Can you just let me tell my story? It'll end quicker. God damn. And it was.
Wait, was this in Spain?
Yeah. Actually, funny you should mention. But nah, so and they were so cheap. It was like €1 tacos, but like they were so good. Like that's the first time I ever ate, I think lamb or goat, I don't remember. But like it just opened me up to a whole different world and like got into like authentic Mexican tacos. And I'm never gonna eat a Taco Bell taco. I'll eat other things at Taco Bell, but I won't eat a Taco Bell taco ever again, or like a Tex-Mex taco or something like that.
Fair.
And breakfast tacos are like one of my favorite things to make because they're so easy. It's just, some hash brown and some egg and hot sauce and some, I don't know, diced onion. It's just
Doesn't
money.
sound authentic to me. Sounds a
They
little
make that in
Americanized if you
Spain,
ask me.
yeah.
Man.
Christian, you should really go to Juan Gonzalez.
They'll show you how it's done.
No, man. No, I don't even want to look at the menu, bro. I feel like it's just appropriation everywhere. It's just coming-
You never had General Wong's fried chicken burrito? That's what I get.
General Wong. Oh my god. Okay, moving back to the more wholesome side. The second thing they came up with is time, because I value like my personal time a lot, but I also value the time in which other people a lot for me. That's how I translate how much value somebody has. And I know that this seems kind of fucked up that like you try to value people or people try to value you in one way or the other. But
Sounds like a white man saying to be.
I knew it. God damn it. Anyway, but like if people make time for you, that shows you how much they care about you, or how much like how invested they are in your life. And so I like take note of that, and that kind of ties in with the third thing, which I was kind of contemplating, which I just might as well to wrap it up with, is like effort. I've talked about a lot how like in my like just like casually how if you like intend to do something and you like fuck up, but like you meant well, like I'm okay with that. Like to me, I mean, like if you fuck up something in the real world, then it doesn't matter what I think.
What I think. Christian steps in. You about to get fired, Christian.
Hey man,
Hey,
I
but
know
he
what you
really
meant.
tried.
But like if you try to hurt my feelings and you don't, like I kind of won't give a fuck. And I know that kind of counters like what I was saying, but I don't know. It just the effort in which people give, like it the two are combined to the time and the effort, and it's just how like you can see how like how much your friends care about you, or I don't know, just like how you're valued at your job or something like that. So that's, I guess, the other thing, the final thing.
No, but speaking of time,
We've run all out of it.
as the weekend would say, we're out of time. We want to thank Eric for coming on the podcast.
100%.
Eric did mention he was nervous, but I would say confidently that this is a very good episode. I
And
hope
he
you
meant
guys
well.
agree. Eric, do you want to plug anything? Do you want to shout out anyone? Say whatever your last thoughts. Give us some
man.
dental tips. I don't know.
Dental tips. Guys, remember to brush your teeth twice a day.
Wait,
I'm
twice?
playing.
Fuck.
I'm playing. I don't know. It was honestly an honor that you guys invited me. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I didn't think I was anything special to talk about. I didn't know what there was to talk about. But I mean, being on here it's an honor, honestly, that you guys invited me. It was,
You're
it was
being
fun.
way
It
too
was fun.
kind.
No.
way
It was fun. It was definitely fun to talk to y'all again, and we'll just like talk. I don't know. It was very chill.
It's been a long time since it's been a long time since I've talked to Eric. Like, I think it was since COVID. So
That's what, like almost 2 years ago, basically.
yeah. So shout out, thanks Eric for coming on. We definitely appreciated your valuable time as a dental student in the mean streets of Richmond. But if you like what you heard from us, you can catch us on Spotify, An Interesting Discussion. You can also catch us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts from. And you can check us out on Instagram at An Interesting Discussion. We got tons of guest posts, tons of little snippets for all of our summer session episodes, including this one. We got guests coming all the damn time. We got new guests almost every week. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. Special thanks again to Eric for coming through. We'll see you guys next week with mystery guests or guests. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.